Welcome to CEO Insights. I'm Marilyn de Guzman with Investing News Network. I'm speaking with Adam O'Brien, founder and CEO of Bitcoin Well, a company that provides an ecosystem of products and services to make it easy for everyday people to use Bitcoin. Hello, Adam.
Hello, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Likewise.
So let's start our conversation, I guess, with just sort of like the state of the industry, the trends that you're seeing in the Bitcoin space, in the cryptocurrency space. Could you talk a bit more about that?
Yeah, I think it's been interesting to watch crypto and specifically Bitcoin companies really mature over the last 2 years. Obviously, it's no secret the price of Bitcoin has declined greatly over the last 2 years. We're seeing a bit of a comeback now, which is positive, I think. But I think the trend has been for these companies who are traditionally in like VC funded and in high growth mode at all costs, shift to more of a productivity and more of a cash flow position. And I think that's been positive, ourselves included. We've been obviously really focused on increasing cash flow at our business. And I think what that does is it provides more stable footing for the businesses to then grow and a stable platform to then go out and grow when the market provides, which it looks like is coming in the near future.
Right, and you also mentioned, the what used to be the infinite new customer budget is now, non-existent. So could you sort of explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, frankly, we were up against, these growth budgets that were paying 100, 200, in some cases $500 per new customer. In the existing landscape, like that single customer has to spend virtually $1 million on the platform just to recoup the customer acquisition costs. And so I think that's healthy. I think it's better for the industry where you're not just being subsidized by some VC firm or some external investor. Now our product and our business is truly funded by the fruits of our labor. And I think it's a positive thing. We look at cash a lot differently. And I think as a whole, the market and the industry will have better products for it because we won't be so focused on telling, stories and making big promises that we can't deliver on. We're going to have to put our money where our mouths are. And I think that's a positive thing for customers and investors alike.
Mm-hmm. I think the last time we spoke, I asked you about sort of some of the education that needs to happen still and around the Bitcoin space, like consumer education awareness about like understanding, what it is. Like, could you talk a bit more about how that's evolved now, like in terms of customers that are, getting into the Bitcoin space and the awareness around that sector?
Yeah, it's been awesome to see a shift towards self-custody and a shift towards people, specifically the end user or the owner of Bitcoin, taking the custody of their funds directly. I think it's a record low, the number of Bitcoin held on exchanges, which is remarkable. That's the safest way to buy and own Bitcoin is to hold it yourself. And so that's due in part to some education, but also due to some other companies some of whom we partnered with that help individuals sign up or help individuals make a wallet for themselves, teach them how to use that wallet, and then show them how to fund that wallet with Bitcoin from platforms like Bitcoin Well. So we've been working closely with an organization called Looking Glass, two incredible individuals that basically just charge for their time to sit down and truly explain in a one-on-one kind of like white glove environment how things are going to be done, how you can safely set up a Bitcoin wallet, and then most importantly, how to buy Bitcoin at Bitcoin Well and continually adding Bitcoin to that wallet. That's been really positive to see. I love seeing more companies like Looking Glass stepping up and really finding that niche and seeing how important it is for that Bitcoin education piece. Prior and previously, I think we had a bunch of kind of fly-by-night people that were educating without true good motives. They were just kind of doing it to make a sale or what have you. And so having dedicated businesses within the industry set up that is really, not just doing it for promotional reasons, but that are doing it to truly enable sovereignty and to truly enable the independence that Bitcoin provides is pretty positive.
What's has been some of the, I guess, biggest questions that you're still getting from consumers, from customers, or from people just wanting to find out more about Bitcoin? Like, what's the biggest questions you get?
Yeah, it is mostly around that wallet management piece. Specifically, so we have a product that allows you to automatically buy Bitcoin on a set schedule directly from your bank account. And because of the way that Bitcoin works, every time you have an address that receives Bitcoin multiple times, it creates kind of like a chain reaction where when you go to spend that Bitcoin, the transaction is bigger, which may cost more mining fees in the future. And so little nuances like that within the Bitcoin protocol that I think lots of customers are asking questions about. Specifically, like I said, that's called TXID management, which is a pretty technical term. So understandable if you don't know what that means. But I think more so around like the broader wallet management and how do you really secure your Bitcoin? How do you make sure that your Bitcoin are safe when they are in your custody?
You mentioned earlier sort of the market for Bitcoin and crypto, is starting to get back up, seems to be heating up. What's driving this and why will it be? What is different this time?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say what truly drives it. It seems like, I believe in this Bitcoin mining cycle where the supply of Bitcoin, the supply of new Bitcoin coming into circulation effectively gets cut in half with no decrease to the amount of power required to mine it. So theoretically, and basic supply and demand economics kind of dictate that the price of Bitcoin should increase when that happens. But funny enough, there always seems to be some macroeconomic activity kind of that stimulates the price around that time. So it's really hard to say, chicken or the egg, which one's going to be there. Right now, that kind of macroeconomic is the Bitcoin ETF chatter that's happening. We're seeing the U.S. seems like on the cusp of approving a Bitcoin ETF, which effectively makes it easier for people to buy Bitcoin. Now, in my opinion, that's not the best way to buy Bitcoin. That doesn't offer any level of independence or security when you own that Bitcoin. It's just price exposure, which is a piece of Bitcoin price exposure, but not the full thing. And so I think what it does is allows people to get their feet wet, gets people excited about Bitcoin, and obviously applies a lot of buying pressure to the price of Bitcoin, which ultimately increases the price of Bitcoin.
So if you're speaking to an investor, well, I guess you are speaking to an investor, what will you tell them? Why should they be looking at Bitcoin well?
Yeah, Bitcoin Well enables independence. First and foremost, it's a filter that governs all of our decisions. And so, if you believe in enabling independence for individuals, then I would definitely encourage you to join our mission and help fund our mission by becoming a shareholder. If you believe that the business of enabling independence by making it easy to use Bitcoin, buy, sell, and use Bitcoin all across North America now, then I think you'll love the business that we're doing. We're excited about, we have two different business units, one Bitcoin ATM business unit that provides cash flow inside of our business. And then we take that cash flow and we invest it into our online Bitcoin portal. The Bitcoin portal, we launched it just about a year ago now. So it was November of last year that we officially launched the online Bitcoin portal. And it's been growing at a steady pace. We've been really happy seeing the volumes that have come through it. And we're excited to continually add features and products and services that ultimately enable our end user, our end customer to be more independent because of the Bitcoin they own. And so if you're excited about that mission, if you're as passionate as I am about enabling independence for individuals, then absolutely join our mission and become a shareholder.
And now that, we're almost to the end of 2023, can you talk about sort of your plans for 2024? What does 2024 look like for the company?
Yeah, we've got a stable footing. We've got that base layer now for the online Bitcoin portal, and 2024 is really going to be a time of growth for us. So we're pretty excited to be attacking the U.S. market now. We launched in the U.S. last quarter, which really expanded the footprint, basically 10x. We've got 10x more customers to attract, and so now it's creating that base customer in the U.S. and then adding a pretty robust referral and reward system to grow responsibly and to grow with customers who believe in the same mission as us. We aren't some company that's going to be selling, whatever's hot this cycle. If it's NFTs or, a few cycles ago it was ICOs and all kinds of these, what I frankly believe are scams. And I don't believe that we're adding independence or adding value to our end customer by showing them some fly-by-night cryptocurrency that they can buy. We believe that Bitcoin is sound money, and we believe that there's a business to be made by enabling people to make it easy to buy, sell, and use Bitcoin in their everyday life. And that's what we're looking forward to doing.
Great. Well, thanks, Adam, for sharing your insights today.
Thank you so much for having me. Looking forward to chatting again soon.
Right. And thanks, everyone, for watching. Join us again next time for another engaging conversation on CEO Insight. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates and interviews. See you next time.